grab it? No, they were, too.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming out for this wonderful occasion. Just want to remind everyone, if you're not related to the person you're standing next to, if you could just physically distance. And everybody has a mask. Yeah. And I want to thank the troublemakers for coming out today. We got Al Andrei, Kevin Poland, and Paul Welsh. And we have a few speakers for you before Roger speaks. This is Brooke Dodgeney, our president of the board.
Okay, hi everybody, welcome. This is an exciting day. And it almost didn't happen until next year, because I thought Roger's 100th birthday was next year, but I Googled it in May and realized, oh, yikes, it's this year. So the board of the library scurried around and made some plans. We wanted to honor Roger, who has such a long association with this library, and of course his family did also. And we wanted to, try to make it, festive and fun and big. So we brainstormed and came up with banners, check. Roger Angell Day, which we thought of as just being a day when he would sit on the front stoop and wave to his admirers who were clapping, but as you can see, it mushroomed into quite a party. And then Anne said, let's have something really great on the website. So we thought of a photo essay with maybe an interview with Roger, but Peggy very kindly agreed to help get sort of an audio interview together. And Eli Baird, who is the brother of Eden Coart, who's on our board, was the audio engineer. We got about 60 minutes of audio, and we edited that down to about 15 minutes. And if you don't think editing Roger Angell is a bit daunting, you haven't lived. He wasn't allowed to help. That was daunting too. And Eden said, if you give me 10 or 15 minutes of audio and about 100 photographs or images to go with it, we'll make a movie out of it, sort of a movie, an iMovie. So I knew I was out of my depth, so I asked my good friend Nancy Reinisch to help with the research, and then Nancy recruited Mariah Hughes, both of whom are good friends of the Angels, so I felt like I was on firmer ground. And we started to work looking for images. We got Peggy's cache of beautiful family photos. We got a lot from the Keeping Society, the Brooklyn Historical Society, and we got a ton from Google Images. But it took about 100 women hours to collect this stuff. But it was so much fun. I mean, we learned so much about the town and about Roger and his family. And so after a while, after hours and hours, we had enough to give to Eden, who put it into the iMovie format. And now it's on our website. There's a Roger Angell page. If you go to the site, you'll see Roger Angell, Brooklyn Memories. That's the audio montage. And then there's a separate section called Beloved Local Friends that is just audio. And that's a lovely, delightful segment also. And a bunch of other stuff. So please go to the website. You'll be glad you did. You'll learn more about this remarkable personage and about the history of Brooklyn as seen through his eyes. Many people helped with this event, of the whole celebration. And there are really too many to name here, but the list will be on the website. We hope of everybody who contributed. So thank you all. Continued your good social distancing. And now, is it Anne, your turn to speak? This is Anne Margaret Thomas, the library director.
Hi. We have a special guest here today who'd like to say a few words, and I'm really happy to introduce her. Governor Mills is here to say a few words.
Thank you. Can you hear? Can you hear okay? Thank you. I was jotting down a few notes as we drove down Route 175, but you know what Route 175 is like. I got to call my Commissioner of Transportation right away. My notes are like this bump. But it's great to be back on the coast of Maine today. This is the time of year when I rediscover so many things about my beautiful state which I love every corner of. I make the mistake some days of watching the news late at night before I go to sleep and watching the news first thing in the morning before I get up, and it's a little depressing. And I wonder what we're coming to in our state, in our nation. When will we get through this? And I think about the biggest loss I sense in the recent months and years is the loss of the truth. We in Maine value the truth. And we get there by using words. We value the use of language and words throughout our state. That's why growing up here we learn Longfellow, Edna St. Vincent Millay, Robert McCloskey, Wes McNair, Betsy Scholl, Kathy Pelletier, Richard Ford, whose works we boast of. And that is why Maine, while we brag about our ponds and peninsulars, our gardens, our granite, our grandkids and green fields and goats, old and young, our woods, but our words and our language are the dearest thing to us. And that is why I am here to honor a premier wordsmith, Roger Angell. Roger Angell is someone who has used words to elevate us, to inspire us to get at the truth. He tells it straight. He writes about winning, and he writes about the pain of loss and regaining life again. I remember the column he wrote after 9/11, which I thought was the most beautiful thing written during that era. And he ended his piece saying, "Now we are all the same age together. Now none of us is young this week." Well, that was kind of a downer, but so was the whole time. But, in joining the J.G. Taylor Spink award circle, Roger joined the likes, vicariously at least, the likes of many players in baseball, including some we've long forgotten, a Mordecai Brown, Frank Chance, First Finger Brown, Stanley Kovaleski, Harvey Hooper, Nap LaJoy, Rodri, Bill Mazereski, I got that wrong, Bullet Rogan, Cristobal Torrenti, Dizzy Vance, right? Dazzy. I knew he. Always the editor. Jeez, No idea. I guess I don't. But so many of these people whose lives he's brought to light. He's written about baseball, but he knows that in baseball, as in life, it's not all about winning every game, every day, every score, every run. It's about playing the game. Sorry. It's about playing your heart out every day. But, well, there you go. Mask. we gotta design some newfangled masks here. But Roger knows that in baseball as in life, it's not about winning every day, every game, every score, every run. It's about playing your heart out every day as much as you can. And that's about using words too, and using words to get at the truth, to play the game right, to play the game of life the way it's intended to be played. And so Roger, well, these are not meant to be. Ah. In my book, you have won the World Series of Words, and for that, we honor you today. Roger told me that he basically grew up here in Brooklyn, you know, 1 foot in the city, 1 foot in the country. But he got his driver's license here in Maine. He told me he was driving a Plymouth Roadster 1928 with a rumble seat, yellow with black fenders. Is that right? That's right. That's right. All right. And he'd go to the movies in Blue Hill, and he learned to sail here, as we all know. And that makes him a Mainer through and through, as far as I'm concerned. So today I brought a proclamation to honor Roger Angell. Whereas Roger Sargent Angell, born in New York City, September 19, 1920, son of Catherine Sargent Angell White, Ernest Angell. Whereas Roger Angell was exposed to the arts and literature in the coast of Maine from a very young age. Whereas while serving in the Air Force, Roger Angell began his career as an editor and reporter for the weekly magazine Brief, leading him after the war to become an editor with Holiday magazine, commencing a 50-year career with The New Yorker. And whereas an American essayist known for his writing on sports, Roger Angell has also written extensively about Maine, about life experiences such as aging, the loss of a wife, and his remarriage. Whereas, in addition to being a longtime contributor to and editor of The New Yorker, Roger Angell has written works of fiction, nonfiction, humor, criticism, for which he's been awarded the George Polk Award for Commentary, Kenyon Review Award for Literary Achievement, PEN ESPN Lifetime Achievement Award, and the J.G. Taylor Spink Award. And whereas Roger Angell is the only person who is both a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame and the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and cool. Whereas since first coming to Brooklin, Maine in the summer of 1933, Roger Angell took to the simple pleasures of living in Maine, sailing and fishing, discussing planting and preservation with residents, experiences he has shared with his children and grandchildren. Whereas, like countless others, Roger Angell's found inspiration in Brooklyn's seascapes and landscapes and friendship with its hardworking people, from the boatyard to the farms to the library. And whereas for his love and support of our state and the community of Brooklyn, Maine considers Roger Angell one of our own, having 1 foot in the city and 1 foot solidly on our rocky coast. Now, therefore, I, Janet T. Mills, Governor of the great state of Maine, do hereby proclaim August 8, 2020 as Roger Angell Day in honor of his upcoming 100th birthday. Encourage all Maine people to honor and recognize his lifetime of achievements and contributions. That's for you.
Governor Janet, thank you so much. Can you hear me? Janet Mills Governor Mills is a new friend, and you're making a new friend at this age is quite rare. And we met a couple of weeks ago. At Steve White's deck, and we greeted each other from a little distance, and I said to the governor, well, I can't see you very well. And she said, well, actually, he said, I have beautiful long blonde hair and a very sensuous, beautiful body.
Hold it closer.
That's just who she is.
Still true.
Still true. I want to thank a lot of people, starting with my wonderful wife, Peggy, who is remarkable in every way. I'll give you a tiny example. Yesterday, I'm trying to shine up my ancient creaky loafers, and we had no brown shoe polish. And I said, "Oh my God, no brown shoe polish!" And Peggy said, "Well, you know, I think I've heard this. If you put a little bit of Crisco where you want to, and rub it with an old brush, it'll come out all right." And that's what happened. Thank you, Peggy. Peggy wants more and more, has to watch every moment of my day and looks after me and provides meals for me and does every single thing for me. And it's extraordinary. Just, Peggy, let me speak. Stay out of it. I got you. I want to call out a few other people here, including my members of my family who have come from Prouts Neck, and with this little wonderful sign right there. And let me think, who else first? Susan Sirk. Susan Sirk, my dear friend Susan Sirk. Are you here, Susan? Is she here? They're not here, okay. I want Susan, happy birthday. Susan's birthday is tomorrow. Susan's a lot younger than I am. A lot younger than I am. Not my generation. But I was talking with the people here, with Brooke, and people saying maybe we could repeat this tomorrow and just everybody like come back. And they said, well, actually, there's another plan. And Susan, I think, they won't quite say, but I think maybe there's going to be some kind of a flyover. Maybe skywriting. So happy birthday, dear Susan. I want to say a welcoming word to my wonderful stepdaughter, Emma, who is here with her partner, and a wonderful addition to my life. I also want to say that it's great for me to see a bunch of kids here, and are there some dogs here too? Wanted to bring our dogs. I want to say a few words about my mother, Catherine White, who was a passionate supporter of the library when it was much smaller. And like everything she did, she threw her heart into it and really, I think, helped in a way with many others around here to make it the great institution that it is. I think for years it's had the highest readership per capita than any library in Maine. And she had a lot to do with this. She was a children's book reviewer for the New Yorker years ago, and so I, as a kid, got to read one of the sample readers of all these wonderful kids' books. Sort of set me on my way as a editor or writer or something. So thank you, Mother. Who else shall I talk to now? I want to say a word or two of apology to everybody else in town who has been discommoded by this interruption to the wonderful Saturday and going about their business, and large numbers of whom have little or no interest in an old guy from away. I am from away. I will always be from away, and I don't mind. I'm away from New York City, which I love. I love New York. I love leaving New York to come up here, and I love going back there. And I'm a New Yorker through and through, but I think I also qualify as a Brooklyn regular, and I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud of this. I want to thank Brooke particularly for her part in this, and I remember her from our midsummer book event here, which was a wonderful book signing in back with every local Brooklyn writer, and there are lots of terrific, wonderful writers who you know about. And we would sit back there and sign copies of our books that people would bring up. And the downside of this was that there was also an endless supply of cake. And so in addition to watching which authors had the longer line with people, as we all were doing, who is that? What? Who are they? We also found ourselves eating 2 or 3 or 4 pieces of cake and threatening our lives even as we were looking after our livelihoods. Everything we've lost here, we gained back in some way. I want you all, please, to keep your distance, social distance, be very careful. And if there's any impulse to rush the podium here and pick me up on my shoulders and carry me around, resist that, okay? Be careful. Resist that. And also, if, on the other hand, some of you are saying, enough already, enough, oh my God, let's go back, and don't slope away. Don't do that, stay. This won't be much longer. I'm a writer, and I thought of a little scenario here, which takes place 100 years from now, right around here. And the library is still flourishing, and there are 2 local middle-aged gents. They're upper 60s, born here, lived here all their lives, substantial citizens. Zeke and Danny are wandering around, and they wander off into the cemetery down here, and there's a very, very old oak tree there and a bunch of stones around. I don't know if there's going to be 8 or 10 stones or maybe 40, who knows? Nobody knows. But they haven't been there for a while, and they stumble on this stone, and one of them says, "Hey, look at this. This guy, this Roger here, lived for 100 years. Just cross my fingers, my birthday isn't until next week, but I'll try to get there." And I said, that's something, 100 years, right? And Zeke says, yeah. And he says, well, I mean it, but now look at this, 100 years. Now, I think, wasn't he some kind of a writer or something? Did I hear that? And the guy says, yeah, but, well, you know, he was from away. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Library pass. Library card.
people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another.